Hey guys, as you can see, I'm filming in my bathroom. I actually just changed the lights in here, so I'm hoping that the lighting's a little bit better, but I never really film in here. Anyway, I'm gonna be doing a hair dye video. I've never shown how I dye my hair or anything like that, or really any hair videos, but I figured since I was gonna be doing it anyway, might as well film it. I'm actually doing a different color. I don't know if you guys can see, but ever since I did like an ombre on my hair like a year and a half ago, and it's gotten really light. It seems like every time I wash it, it gets lighter and lighter, and for some reason on the camera, it's showing up way darker than it is, but it's kind of getting into more of a strawberry blonde color than a red, so I really want to just kick it up a notch. So I got this L'Oreal Paris Feria Power Copper. It's basically the same color, but it's just a lot more intense. These little samples on the side are always going to be different than the color on the top. You're only going to get this intense color if your hair is pre-bleached, which my hair isn't. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys what I do when I'm dyeing my hair, which is not really that interesting of a process, but for some reason I love watching hair videos on YouTube. I love watching people dye their hair and change their hair color and bleach their hair and doing crazy colors, so I figured it might be interesting for some people. So I'm gonna go ahead and brush my hair out. I do have quite a bit of growth in my hair. I usually only dye my hair once every 3 months. I know they usually recommend you to do it 4 to 5 weeks, but I have actually been growing out my hair for 4 years now, as you can see. So I don't like to put a lot of hair dye or any kind of chemicals on my hair more than it needs to be. So you see my regrowth is a lot more intense than most people when they get their hair dyed, which actually it isn't that bad. I think it's been about 2 months since I last did it. It's not that bad, as you can see, but since I'm doing an all over color, I'm actually going to be doing the length of my hair first, and then I'm going to be doing the roots last, because the roots always take the color a lot better. And the hair at the very ends, it's hair that's been on my head since 3 or 4 years ago, so it's obviously it's gotten the most damage, it's got the most color treatment, it's got the most chemicals. It won't take the color as well as the freshly dyed virgin roots. But it is a box dye, so it is going to come with everything that you need. And yes, I do use box dye. I've never had any issues with box dye other than box bleach, which I would not recommend you ever using box bleach ever. Okay, so I've got my color all mixed up. I went ahead and put a little towel, even though I've got my hair coloring shirt. This is basically what I used to paint in and do my hair. So I'm not worried about it getting on the shirt, but just it's nice to have that in case your hair color drips in your ears or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And like I said, since I'm doing an all over color and I can't really see, so I'm hoping this is focusing. And like I said, so I'm doing an all over color. I'm not gonna start with the roots like I normally would. So I'm gonna start right where the roots end, and I'm gonna do the length of my hair. Under normal circumstances, I would just do the roots, because if I was just doing a root touch-up, but since I'm changing the color up a little bit, getting a little bit more brighter and vibrant, I'm gonna do the length of my hair first. I do like to just use my hands. I don't use a brush. I feel like I get a pretty... I feel like I've gotten a pretty good application all the years I've been dyeing my hair, and I don't use a brush. But of course, you can do whatever you want. Whatever's easier for you, whatever works best for you. But I have been dyeing my hair since I was in middle school. Not dyeing it red, but I've been just dyeing my hair, period, since I was in middle school. So I've gotten pretty used to the process and pretty used to everything that goes into dyeing your hair. So, but if you are a newbie at dyeing your hair at home, I would definitely just suggest trial and error. Just start with what you're comfortable with, and then just work up to maybe a more vibrant color. Or maybe if it's the first time dyeing your hair, I would recommend maybe going to a professional just to see how it all works and what everything that you're gonna need. And or you know what, you can just do it the old-fashioned way and watch YouTube videos, because let's be honest, that's really how I learned a lot of stuff was from YouTube. That's pretty much how I learned to do makeup. That's how I learned to do my hair, a lot of stuff. Because my mom, she started getting sick when I was 7 years old, and so she really didn't teach me a lot of girly stuff, putting on makeup and doing hair. So it wasn't until the internet came around and YouTube came around that I learned how to do all that stuff properly, because I used to dye my hair when I was in middle school and stuff, and it was horrible. But if YouTube would have been around when I was younger, then I could have avoided a lot of bad dye jobs and bleach jobs and my hair falling out. So definitely do your research, and if you don't feel comfortable like dyeing your hair at home, for sure go to a professional, because that's what they're there for. And make sure you go to like a legit professional, because I have been to some salons with some professionals that pretty much like my freaking 6-year-old could have done a better job. So definitely do your research, because there are some salons out there that yeah, they hire some pretty incompetent people, and they will like legit screw up your hair. Of course, I'm not advocating for like, you know, boycotting salons, but I'm just saying, just like any business, any practice, there's always going to be places that are like professional, but they like screw you over. So I would just, you know, suggest like doing some research, maybe getting some references. Like if you have a friend who got their hair done and that, you know, they really like the way it looks, ask them where they got it done, ask them who did their hair, because just because there's like one bad person at a place, like at a salon, doesn't mean that like everybody's bad, because I've had bad experiences with certain people at salons before, and then like people literally just like 2 chairs over are like amazing. So just do your research and like find a specific person to do your hair who knows what they're doing and who like understands what you want. And always just speak up. I would always recommend just speaking up and letting them know exactly what you want, what you expect to be done, what you don't want done. Just really be vocal about it, because I mean, it's your hair after all. You know, they're not the ones who have to leave the salon with that hair that you don't like. So just be vocal about it and let them know what you want. If you are comfortable doing your hair at home like me, then it will save you a lot of money, a lot of time. And it's just so much more convenient, because you get to just stay at home and do your hair in like a crappy shirt and shorts that you paint in. You don't have to like get all dressed up and go to the salon, make an appointment, and drive there and all that. So I'm very comfortable doing my hair at home. I've been doing my hair for a long time by myself. This is the first time, by the way, that I'm using this specific color. I use the same color, but like I said, I don't use this vibrant. This is like the new like intense vibrant colors that have come out. It's my same color. It's a 74. It's the L'Oreal Feria Paris. It's a 74, but this one is like the intense version, so it's a C74. So I'm hoping that it'll give me more of like an intense color, because red fades so much faster than any other color. It gets so dull so fast. So, and it was time for me to dye my roots anyway, and I think I just got like hair dye all over my floor, but that's okay. I've been dyeing my hair in this bathroom for over 11 years, so there's definitely some hair dye stains on the wall, on the sink, on the floor. That comes with the territory. Of course, you could also be smart and put like towels down on the floor, but you know, clearly I'm not that smart. Okay, so I've got the majority of like the bulk of my hair saturated, and this says it develops in 25 minutes, but honestly, just from past experience, I can tell you that this specific like L'Oreal Paris Feria brand, you're gonna need 45, at least 45 to an hour. Especially if you're not pre-lightening. Like, I don't pre-light my hair ever. Like, I just do my roots straight on my roots, and it always comes out just fine. But I would definitely do 45 personally. If like you know your hair, like you know how your hair takes color, and you know you've done this brand before and this color before, then I would give it a little bit longer. But I mean, if you have like virgin hair, like you've never dyed your hair before, then definitely just like adhere to the time limit on the, you know, on the paper that comes with the hair dye. I'm gonna let this sit. I'm gonna take my hair up here and a little clip. See, this is just the bulk of my hair. I haven't done any roots at all, because I want the length of my hair to really take the color, because your roots take the color super fast. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit for about 15 minutes, just like that, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna use the rest of the bottle to do the roots. And as you can see, it gets everywhere. So even with gloves, it gets everywhere. And this is why I have this towel, because it gets on your ears. I usually don't use Vaseline or any kind of color blocker. I've never had an issue with like color getting on my face that I can't just wash off in the shower. But if you want to use a color blocker, go ahead, or you can just use plain Vaseline. Just put it like around your ears and like around like the perimeter, like your hairline. but I personally don't mind. I'll just shampoo it out. It's not a big deal for me. Also, just a quick tip, if you do wear glasses and you dye your hair, I'm going to show you a quick little tip that I do to keep like the sides of my glasses from getting hair dye on them. Basically what I do is I take like some toilet paper or tissue paper and I just roll the sides of my glasses in a layer of toilet paper like this. Roll the sides of my glasses in toilet paper like that, and then I just slide them on, and the only thing that's touching like my actual hair with the dye in it is the toilet paper. And there you go. So I'm gonna let this sit in the length of my hair for 15 minutes, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna apply the rest of the bottle to my roots. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes and I had to go and get some new gloves because those other ones were totally full of hair dye and I was not about to put them back on my hands. So now I'm gonna go ahead and saturate all the roots. I usually just start in the middle, even though I don't like part my hair down the middle. It's easier to just start down the middle. Get all of that re-roots. And yes, you are gonna like dye the crap out of your scalp, but it will shampoo off. It usually takes me about 2 to 3 shampoos, and then like all the bleeding is gone, and I really don't have an issue with it. I'm not like one of those people who like freaks out if they have a little bit of bleeding, but if you are, then I would suggest using a color blocker. But I just don't care. I've been doing my hair for so long. I really just don't care, and I know that it washes out anyway. My timer for 30 minutes, so this will be in for a full 45 minutes. Okay guys, it's been 30 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and wash this stuff off, and I'll let you guys see what it looks like. Hey guys, so I just got out of the shower, washed my hair obviously, and I can definitely already see that some of the color has taken. And actually what's different about this L'Oreal Feria intense color as opposed to just the regular L'Oreal Feria is that because it comes with that little like intensity color packet, it also comes with a shampoo, whereas the original L'Oreal Feria only comes with a conditioner. And it specifically says that because the color is so intense, it has the tendency to like bleed on like your pillow or whatever, your clothes, that you need to wash your hair twice, which is what I already do. But so basically they want you to wash your hair twice with the little shampoo thing that comes with it, and then condition it. And so I did that. I left the conditioner on for about 3 minutes, and I will say that this formula is very, very gentle, just like the other one. I almost had like no breakage, no falling at all. But I'm gonna check back in once my hair is dry so I can let you guys see exactly what it looks like dry. And I've got like moisturizer on my nose so you can see what the color turned out. And yeah, so I'll be back in a little bit. Hey guys, so my hair is not all the way dry. As you can see, there's still a little bit of wetness to it, but it is like 3 in the morning. Go ahead and film this. As you can see, like I said, it always comes out like 3 shades too dark. So it is very dark, but it does have some brightness to it, a lot more brightness. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna do any, I don't usually apply heat to my hair right after it's been dyed because it's very, very vulnerable. So what I usually do is over the next couple days, I'm gonna wash it like 3 to 4 times in hot water, and it'll really fade a lot of that dark red that you're seeing. It'll get into like a lighter red because there's, for some reason, it almost looks like it's purplish. It's got like a purplish tone to it for some reason. I don't know if it's like showing up on camera. I'm gonna grab the camera like I did before so you guys can see the color. But obviously it's like a lot darker than it was before because it was fading so much, but you can see that underneath some of those purple tones, you can see that it really did pick up some of those like orangey, gingery tones, which is what I really like. I'm really happy with the fact that, you know, my whole head took like the same color, so it's all the same color. So I'm just gonna wash it over the next couple of days, and then it'll lighten up quite a bit. And then, like I said, I'm gonna straighten it and curl it and style it and show you guys what it looks like after I've washed it a couple of times. It'll go back to like my normal color. So yeah, that was the process of dyeing my hair, and I'm just going to add in over the next couple of days, add as it does lighten up a bit over the next couple of washes, just to show you guys that it really does lighten up as I wash it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and keep watching this video to see how much my hair lightens up over the next week. Hey guys, so it is the second day after I dyed my hair. I actually washed my hair again today. I actually washed it with clarifying shampoo 3 times today, and there was a lot of superficial dye like on the surface. And what I mean by that is, like, when I was washing my hair, like the lather from the shampoo was just bright orange. So there was so much dye that was still on my hair that just needed to just be washed out. So I washed it 3 times with clarifying shampoo, and then I deep conditioned it, and it's so soft now. I left the deep conditioner on for about 5 minutes, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see at the top, that you can definitely see that some of like the bright orange is starting to come through, and some of that like dark red, almost violet-y tones is starting already to fade away. So I'm probably gonna wash it either tomorrow or the next day again, do the exact same thing, wash it with clarifying shampoo 2 to 3 times to get out a lot of that dye, but it's already starting to strip out some of that dark red and getting back. As you can see, I don't know, you can see a couple of strands are already starting to look lighter than it usually is. It's always a process with my hair. Like I said, even when I dye just my roots, I'm just doing like a touch up of my roots, they always come out this dark. It's always a process of having to like strip the color out through washing it. And to me, it's a lot easier to do it this way instead of like having to bleach my hair. This is what it looks like so far on day 2 after just one additional wash. So I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, definitely you can start to see that it's the color starting to go through. So probably another couple of washes, 2 to 3 more washes, and I'll be at the color I want it to be. So I'll see you guys in the next wash. Hey guys, so it is day 4 but wash 3 because I gave my hair a rest yesterday and I did not wash it, but I washed it tonight, and I did the same thing that I did the last time I washed it. I did a triple wash with clarifying shampoo, and then I did a deep conditioner. And even with the last triple wash that I did, there was still so much dye in my freaking hair, and I'm thinking it's because I used a different, I used the same box, but it was like the Vivid collection, which I explained when I was first dyeing my hair. And I think it's because it just deposited so much more freaking pigment in my hair. Like seriously, my shampoo lather was still bright orange. I mean, I had so much dye still left in my hair, and I think this wash really got out a lot of that darker color. It is still obviously a lot darker than I want it to be, but I mean, you can see that there's definitely some of the dye has pulled out. So I did a triple wash tonight, and look at that. The color's really starting to come in, and it's looking beautiful, and I'm so glad because it was so freaking dark when I first dyed it, and I did not like it at all. This is what it's looking like on the 3rd dye, and obviously as I wash it more and more, it's just going to keep getting lighter and lighter until it's eventually going to go back to my original red color, which is what I wanted to get to. I just wanted it to be a little bit more brighter, and my original color was starting to get like a little bit like strawberry blondish and not really like gingery, so that's why I dyed it in the first place. But I'm definitely not going to be dyeing it again for like another 6 to 8 months, maybe even a year, because it's a pain in the butt to go through this process, but it's a lot better than bleaching my hair. And this is just frizz, by the way. This is not like damage. I mean, my hair is really freaking healthy. I have spent the last 4 years getting my hair healthy, so I ripped out a lot of color with that sulfate shampoo, with that clarifying shampoo. If you like want your hair, if you like the kind of person who wants like really dark deep red hair, do the exact opposite of what I've been doing. Basically, if you want to keep your hair red, like really red, you need to get a sulfur-free shampoo. The sulfate is the ingredient that's added in that makes it lather. So you want a non-lathering shampoo, and you want to wash your hair in cold water. So I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm using a clarifying shampoo, like a cheap clarifying shampoo, which is basically like the worst thing you can possibly do if you want to keep your hair red, because I'm trying to strip it. So I've been using clarifying shampoo with hot water, and that's really been stripping a lot of the color. I swear my entire lather of my shampoo was still bright orange. It stripped so much color out. It's definitely a lot lighter than it was when I first dyed it. I mean, you can almost see it's starting to bring out some of those orangey colors, which I'm super excited about. I feel like it's looking a little bit more orange, like facing this way, than it is in the mirror, and my mirror is really freaking dirty, so do not mind that. Do not mind that, but yeah, I feel like it's pulling out some more orange tones in the camera. But anyway, I'm very happy with this 3rd wash, and I've got 1 more wash to do, not tomorrow but the next day. So that's hopefully going to strip out any of the remainder of the really dark color that's in there. And I think it's because of that extra like intense vibrant pigment thing that I put in there. It was just depositing way too much dye. So this is day 4, wash 3, so stay tuned for wash number 4. Hey guys, so it's day 6, wash number 4. I washed my hair last night, double washed with clarifying shampoo and warm to hot water, and then I did a really good like 10-minute deep conditioner on my hair. So this is the final product. This is the last time that I'm actually gonna like wash it in a row. After this, I'm going to go back to my regular like twice a week washing because it's been so oily. But anyway, as you can see, it's been styled. This is the first time in a week and a half I've put heat on my hair because I did not want to damage it, but this is the color it's faded out to, and I like it a lot better than what it was first dyed to. As you can see, it looks a lot like basically like my original color, just less some of the blonde pieces, so it looks a lot more red. So I'm very happy with what it's faded down to, and it is a big process, and I was actually considering like at some point maybe lightening my hair a little bit so that I can get a little bit lighter, but that's going to be like way down the road, like months and months down the road, because I do not want to like have to lighten my hair and then have it get damaged or anything. So yeah, thank you for coming along on my week-long journey of dyeing my hair. Yes, this isn't one I do every single time. Like I said, I usually only just do root touch-up every 3 months, and it's obviously a less tedious process because I don't have to like strip the color from all of my hair. It's just from my roots. I usually only do like an all-over color like twice a year, if that. Sometimes only once a year, so this is a very long process, and that's why I don't like doing it like that often, because it's a pain in the butt, honestly. Yeah, so this is the final product, and I'm very happy with it. Definitely worth the effort of the week of having to wash my hair almost every single day for a week in hot water and stripping the color, so it was definitely worth it. I really like what I ended up with. I'm going to give you guys a little final look through exactly what it looks like. I'm happy with it. So yeah, thank you guys for coming on this, you know, big hair journey with me over the past week. If you have any questions or comments about the process, leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!